welcome to another Sketchbook Club. This week we'll be creating a homage to British food. I know it's not strictly speaking all British, but to me they are quintessentially so. So for this module you'll need a black fine liner, a set of watercolour paints, a size 1 and size 6 paintbrush and a pair of scissors. Now I'm going to introduce to you my very special self-invented transfer method. If you'd like to try this, you'll need a medium-sized flat brush and some white acrylic paint. Now I have put together some little kits of my magic potion on the website along with full instructions. Obviously, if you don't want to use my transfer potion, you can use an HB pencil to transfer in the usual way. Optionally, as this is quite a free one, you may also like to use some colour pencils and a white gel pen. Okay, to start with, have a look through all your downloadables by clicking on the links. Now, there are quite a few, so if you'd rather save printing ink and paper, you could refer to the instructions and reference sheets on your computer screens, as the only ones you'll 100% need are the images to transfer onto your page. You can refer to the page with all the illustrated examples to see different styles. And the page with the packaging all the right way around is really useful as reference as to where the lettering etc. goes. I would really recommend you keep referring to these reference sheets, not just for accuracy, but also for all the different style ideas too. So the two sheets that you really need to print out are the two transfer sheets. These are the ones in mirror image or in reverse. These are the ones you're going to cut out and use to transfer onto your paper. Right, to start, you'll either use your double-page sketchbook spread, or if, like me, you'd quite like to frame it, then simply draw around an A4 sheet of paper onto a sheet of A3 heavyweight cartridge paper, like the ones I sell on my online shop. Now, in terms of style, you might like to do it quite realistically, or you might prefer to do it a little freer, using splishes and splashes. But don't worry, I'll show you how to do both of these styles. First of all, cut out all of the back to front images. I would cut them all out, that way you can have a really good play with all of them until you have a composition you're really happy with. Now for my magic transfer potion technique. I would recommend having a go on a few of the ones you're not using first with a spare piece of paper. So what you want to do is to squeeze out some white acrylic paint about the size of a walnut into a bowl or cup. Then add 3 tablespoons of water into this and mix thoroughly. You're really after the consistency of double cream, so you may need to add a little more water or a little more paint until you have your little pot of cream-like magic solution. So now, taking your chosen image, think about the shape and make sure the area you're going to paint is bigger than your image. Paint generously, covering the whole area that you will transfer the image onto. It doesn't matter if it's too big, but work fast. This is really important as the paint dries quickly. Make sure the area is nice and wet and not too thinly spread, but also you do want to avoid puddles and blobs. Then you're going to turn the image over and place on top of the wet paint. Again, really important you work fast here to avoid the paper sticking to the paint. Rub all over the back with the pads of your fingers for no more than about 8 seconds. Then peel the paper away. If it has stuck, then next time you need to be a bit faster. Once you feel confident you've mastered the technique, you can start to transfer all of your chosen images onto your sketchbook or paper. Now, it's really important for me to tell you that this only works on inkjet printers, which are the ones most commonly used in homes, so not laser printers, which are not water soluble. Now, you should be left with a slightly ghosting looking page of images, and don't worry too much if there are little bits of paint here and there. Now, as I said, if you don't want to use this technique, you can simply transfer the images by drawing over the packaging and lettering using an HB pencil and scribbling over the back in any pencil to reveal the transfer template on your page. Now you're ready to add details and colour. I used black fine liner and watercolours to start with. Remember, you can paint over black lettering in lighter colours so you can see the lettering underneath, rather than painstakingly painting around it. And you can always add white gel pen lettering after darker coloured paints have dried. When all the paint is dry, you might like to add coloured pencil details. It's up to you how much detail you add. Either way, it's really relaxing and very satisfying to do. Now, a special mention for the Tunnocks tea cake. I tried many ways, and the best way was definitely using a sharp red coloured pencil, working over the pale transfer. I also added a little grey watercolour to give it a three-dimensional look. Now, I did mention a quicker, splashier way. I'm doing just the ketchup. I'm going to send it as a card to someone. You might like to do a few individually too. So working with your black fine liner in a much more sort of scribbly and loose way, go over the outline and lettering and add further colour details and lettering using coloured pencils or fine paintbrush and paint if you're confident enough. Then, with much waterier watercolours than you'd usually paint with, add your paint. Deliberately go over the edges here and there and keep the paint uneven and really watery. Next, using your fingers, flick the brush so it creates little speckles and splashes. Once you're ready, if you'd like to create this as a more splashy free piece, you're ready to go. After the paint is dry, you might like to add white gel pen lettering or details using coloured pencils or coloured pens too. And there you have it, your British food masterpiece. I really hope you enjoy it. And if you're using my magic potion trick, I hope that's been as much of a game changer as it was for us in Sketchbook Club. Please do share your beautiful works of art using the hashtag Sketchbook Club British Food so we can all see them. I can't wait to see them all. Have fun, happy painting, and see you at the next Sketchbook Club.